Welcome back to our episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA. And today we have on Nazim Sadykhov, who's coming off a submission win against Terrance Mckinney last weekend. Nazim, how you feeling, man?
Ecstatic, ecstatic. Feel
Uh,
excited, man. Put
Nah,
myself in the mix with that one.
I mean, big win against a really worthy opponent. And I wanted to ask you, all fight week, I know Holly Holm's the main event. I know everyone was talking about the main event, but did it feel like your fight was the main event? The people's main event. It was getting the most hype. People said there's no way this can be a disappointment. Did you kind of get that same feeling?
About that, this was the people's main event.
Yeah, your fight. Did you feel it was the
Absolutely, absolutely. I did feel that. Um, It's not even about feeling it. I just saw some of the feedback of what the fans were saying about this event. They weren't ecstatic about it. All respect to Silva and Holm. I think they're Holm is a legend of the game. I watched her for years, so no disrespect on that part, but I did see a lot of fans like not ecstatic about this card, but they were excited on a select few fights. Our fight being the biggest fight that they had excitement for. So, and I can understand why you have two finishers, exciting guys, fast, powerful, well-rounded. So I expected that we were gonna put on a good show.
No, yeah, it seemed like no way this could be a disappointment. It was not even close to being disappointment. Great fight. And now the first round does happen, and he does get you in that lock. Were you ever concerned that he may get the submission, or were you ever concerned that you were in danger, or you trained that, you knew what to do, and you felt confident in that moment?
Um, Not to sound like cocky or anything, but I was chilling there. It's a normal that I actually put a lot of high level guys on my back this camp because I figured if there was going to be, I figured he would take the wrestling and grappling route against me, and he did. And I knew that his strong suits was to take the back. The two submissions he has in the UFC, he took the guys' backs and submitted them. So that position in particular, aside from the fact that I've been there in my fights before, aside from the fact that this camp and all the grappling and wrestling training that I do, I was chilling. I really didn't. It's not good. It's not like I can't be ecstatic about it and say, "Oh, I got my back taken." It's not something to celebrate, but um, it was not in as much pressure as one would be with a good wrestler on your back.
So you did game plan. So you did expect like him to come out and wrestle then, because a lot of people, a lot of fights with him, he always came out and he's like very aggressive, trying to knock you out in the first round. Pretty sure he has like what, 9 first round finishes. So you did expect
Yeah.
the wrestling then.
Yeah, I mean, I expected both though. I didn't. The thing is, I like I know he knows that his biggest like his path of least resistance of or what he thinks would be the wrestling and the grappling. I finally showed this fight that I'm of what I've been saying. I'm comfortable and I'm good everywhere. So even if that was his game plan, the point was to shut him down everywhere and begin to drown him, and that's pretty much how it went. It went pretty much exactly how I expected it to, minus the control time. But hey, listen, when you're in there with the world class athlete, you're in there with the best in the world in the UFC. They're gonna come with something. You're gonna have to weather some kind of storm. It's not just gonna be you come in and you just do whatever you want with them. They're gonna come with tricks up their sleeve as well.
No, you did that. You weathered the storm. You come out in the second round. Now I gotta ask, how much was Ray Longo's corner advice help you for the second round? Did it kind of motivate you a little bit, kind of get you moving a little bit more? His corner advice for this for second round.
He always says the right things at the right time. He's the best in the game. He's made three world champions. He knows what to say in between rounds every single time.
Yeah, and I mean, you get the win, you get the submission, and now you know the MMA world the best. You're always gonna have haters, right? You're always gonna have people saying something. Have you seen people saying that you were holding the fence on it, like all the comments with UFC? Have you seen that at all? Because a lot of people are claiming that you did.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't give it any energy because It's not something that deserves my energy. I am not scared of the accusation. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. I know for a fact that the wind was clear, the tides shifting, and even I mean I can't, this won't show on TV, but I even felt when he was on my back towards the end of the round, understanding that he couldn't finish me, understanding that he's getting tired. Even then, I felt his grip began to loosen. I even felt his energy levels going down even then. So there was like I didn't intentionally like think to myself, hey, let me grab this cage right now. It's just we're in a fight, we're in the heat of the battle. My fingers might have went through. There was like one time where where I actually gripped the fence. The other times I was posting on it with an open hand and a finger went through, but I still had a arm on the inside of his quad, and I was gonna go for the chin strap with the same hand that was posted up. I was gonna go for a chin strap regardless. So I had multiple defenses to that takedown. With that being said, I honestly think that it's just an excuse a little bit. I think we both understand. Him and I are the only ones that are going to be able to understand where the fight was going. Like we can say, oh, I can also say this. I can say, oh, he need me in the nuts in the at the end of the first round, which he did. He also headbutted me. But am I blaming him for it? No, it was unintentional. Same thing with the fence grab. Yeah, it's an intentional action, but when you're in the heat of the battle in a goddamn fight, you're not thinking, oh, let me grab the fence so I can cheat. You just kind of it's just instinct, you know. If we were fighting like in a restaurant, it would be the same thing. You're gonna fall on the table or something, and you're gonna try to use those. So you're gonna have to fight in those circumstances. So I seen the troll, but it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I haven't even gone online and done any explaining, and anybody that has a question about it, I'll gladly answer. You know, it was in the heat of the battle. It's an excuse. If that is, if anybody that claims he was gonna win, if if I didn't grab the fence, that's just a BS excuse. I'm not even gonna bother entertaining that idea.
Yeah, no, it's always amazing seeing in like the sport, especially, fans always trying to stir something up, trying to start something, and they come up with excuses. But you went out there, you got the win, awesome win against Terrance McKinney, big win for yourself. And now, did it make it a little more better though to get revenge for your teammate Favola? Did it make it a little more better?
Yeah, of course, it added to it, you know. Like I swear, just like the cage thing, the Frivola thing, it's like people want to see storylines. I understand that. I understand you got to play that game a little bit. People want to see the storylines, the characters. They don't just want to see. Sorry, I'm just getting an alarm. Yeah,
No,
I'm back now. I should
yeah,
be back. Yeah, they don't just want to see the fight. Like the fight is the point of the sport, but the build up, the the in some cases trash talk, in some cases uh conflicts. That's what the fans want to see. So, you know, I'm not like a conflictual person. I'm not like the craziest trash talker. But when people push storylines, you know, you kind of got to give the fans what they want to see. So I definitely agree. It's great to get revenge. And that's it, man. Nothing personal, but business was handled. We got that win.
yeah, no, I'm sure it's great for yourself. You got the revenge for your teammate, a great win for yourself. And now, last two things here, thanks again for your time. You said MSG November. We already know Jones Stipe's on that. There is rumors of Colby Leon being on that or October. It's going to be a stat card regardless. Is that what you want? And do you have a specific opponent? Anyone you're calling out?
Not right now. I gotta think of it because I am aware of everybody in the weight class. I just didn't think too much into anyone in particular because there's just so many exciting matchups.
Yeah.
There's so many exciting matchups, so I didn't really think of anyone in particular of who I'm gonna fight next. But MSG is the ideal scenario, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna leave the door open for earlier than that because I came out of this fight unscathed, no injuries. I'm getting back to training in another day or so, and we're gonna get to it. And I'll leave the door open for maybe a replacement or something short notice, something exciting, something that makes sense, and something that's gonna move me forward and entertain the fans. So those are that's my main criteria. And as far as who, I'm sure somebody. There's so many exciting fights in the division. I'm sure people won't be disappointed with with whoever I get in my next fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly whenever you step in the octagon, we always know it's going to be a great fight. And I'm curious, does Abu Dhabi interest you at all, or do you kind of like doing that kind of trip, or you kind of want to stay in the States?
Well, that's what I meant when I said I'm open. I'm leaving the door open for earlier than November. Uh, Abu Dhabi is a possibility. I really don't want to give. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to drop news if it's not ready to go.
Yeah,
But I'm just leaving the door. I'm leaving it a crack open for the
yeah.
possibility of fighting earlier than MSG.
Yeah, no, so your fans certainly can't wait for your return. It's going to be a great one. And last thing, thanks for your time. People want to know how is Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley going down next month? What's your prediction on that fight?
Yeah, I mean, stylistically, it's obvious that it's a nightmare of a matchup
Yeah,
for O'Malley, especially the way he's looked against not even a grappler of Aljo's caliber, but a striker who grappled him, which is Piotr. And on paper, it's a disaster for O'Malley. Is he actually going to come out and surprise Aljo with some things, and Aljo surprise him with something? Yeah, they'll touch each other up. But I just think no matter what happens in the fight, ultimately Aljamain comes out on top, and he's been looking great in training. So I smell a finish. I smell a third round finish.
yeah. I mean, that fight card going down in August, stat card, another stat card by the UFC. I'm sure you're ready to see your teammate go out there. But for yourself, Nazim, thanks again for your time. I really do appreciate it. Great catching up with
Of
yourself
course, man.
on the win. And if you want to thank any sponsors, shout out anything, the floor is yours, man.
Nobody in particular. Just shout out to my team, Team Saralongo. Shout out to Daniel Ruby. Shout out to Brooklyn and shout out to Azerbaijan. That's it, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks again for your time. We'll catch up soon. Have a good one.
Thank you. Take
Thank you.
care, buddy.